Hello everybody, my name is Lou Dog. Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a different type of video, and we're going to be doing a video of a story time. So this story time is dedicated to family, and family is definitely something that has supported me and supported many others throughout my living. So what I plan to do is that I want to tell a story about a field trip that I took with my mom. Good times. So, me and my mom went to this field trip to a baseball game. It was quite fun, but, you might recall it, but it was an Indians game. And the stadium was quite big. It was the one in Cleveland. It was quite a big stadium, but, we went there and we got lost. Yeah, bigger than nothing. We got lost, and in the stadium, it was when they were moving, but my mom wasn't there, so then we lost where they went, and we were walking around the stadium looking for where they could be, wondering where they could be. Also, if you're wondering why this is happening on screen, I just didn't want to be copyrighted. Anyway, so we were walking around, and my feet were starting to hurt and stuff, and it was just... we get talking, we start talking about what happened, and then it turns out that so there was this staircase, right? We went up and down it like 18 times, and this staircase was quite big and quite noticeable, but me and my mom were lost, and yeah, what we decided to do is that we decided to text them, and then they gave us directions. We went to the staircase that we went up and down a couple of times, going there to see that the staircase had a little passage by it, and that passage led to outside, and there they were, outside, standing there waiting for us. It was insane, but of course, considering that was quite a long walk, it was definitely one of the places to remember. It gave us good bonding time, and after that day, I was definitely more close to my mother than I've ever been. But that's the moral of that story: is more time with family. Time with family is more crucial than staying on a schedule. Make time for your family. It always ends out good. Now, I have another story, and this story is going to be, considering this is a two-part because this video is very short if I just would have ended it off there, but yeah, my next story is going to be about how dumb young me decided that it would be a good idea to ride a bike with a flat tire in the front. Now, I'm just going to say this: me and my sister, we were riding our bikes to school because we didn't live that far from school. I mean, it wasn't that bad of a bike ride, but as I was going down the bike ride, just so happened that my sister was on a mountain bike. She was going faster than me, and I wanted to keep up with her. I wanted to keep up with her no matter how hard I could. So, dumb me, I still had a flat tire in one of my tires for the bike, so I was pushing extra hard. And then I was going down a hill, which my sister just zoomed down, so then I decided to try and go down there really fast too. But I was weebly wobbly as I went down there. Then I fell and landed on my elbow as a brace. And that wasn't so good, because then after that it was just horrible. But then, of course, my sister went home, told my mom. A couple of people were there to help me. Like the principal was there, oddly enough. Anyway, so when I was sitting there and my arm was just aching, I was crying, young me, young, sensitive, pure child me. I was sitting there crying, weeping, my arm hurt. I couldn't move it that well. It just really, really hurt to move it. Then my mom got here. We went inside the car. As I went inside the car, I sat in the front seat, and I held my arm, and my mom was so worried. But we went over some tracks. Me holding my arm didn't help enough, because then my arm would shake whenever we went over the tracks, which led my arm to really, really hurt. And my mom could tell that it wasn't that good if my arm hurt that bad while going over the tracks. We get to the I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. We get to the ER, and they put me in a sling after they x-ray it, can take a couple of blood tests, stuff here and there, just, oh no, whatever. But then they put me in a sling because they couldn't put it in a cast because it was just too swollen. But it did figure out it was broken. And they put me in a sling and had my arm in a sling for a while till, and once again, dumb me thought that just because it's in a sling, it's fine, and I started using my arm like I would regularly use my left arm, even though it was in a sling and wounded and broken. And it was fractured, actually. A piece of my elbow came off. So then, me moving my left arm like it usually does, it turns out to lead to that little piece that broke off of my elbow getting dislocated. I know, it's just horrible. But then, of course, after a couple x-rays, I heard I had to get surgery. I was young and freaked out. This was one of the most nerve-wracking things I was told. Because, what can you expect? A young child hearing that he's gonna have to go into surgery, what do you think is gonna happen? But yeah, that was me, and I had to get pins in, so they would cut open my arm, put in pins to keep my left elbow, a little fractured piece, where it should be, keep it in line for it to fix itself. And yeah, that happened, and it was just supposed to be a quick little old, put the pins in, put the cast on, which happened, and I got a pretty cool cast, not gonna lie. But yeah, then I got the pins decided to do something and grow into my skin. So then when the skin was growing over the pins, the pins just went into my arm and started growing. So then the pins were just in there, and they had to be surgically removed. Once again, another surgery. Once again, another needle. Once again, all this again. But this time, the hospital, when I went in there to get the pins out, they had a mix-up to the point where I was in a room that somebody else was supposed to be in. So then they had to rush me out the door and kind of get me out the door. So I was still on the not anesthesia, but like the sleepy meds, whatever you want to call it, and I don't remember half that night, and it's the scariest thing. But after the surgery, my arm, I couldn't move it. I can only bend to a point. I thought I was never going to be able to move my arm again. But I started moving my arm again, and to this day, I still have those scars. My name's Lou Dog. This has been Story Time. Hey guys, it's Lou Dog. I just wanted to ask if you liked the video, and if you did, let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you guys want to see, and I'll try my hardest to put it out for you. If you want to see more Story Time, go ahead and let me know. I had a lot of fun making this. Like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Talk to y'all later. Peace.